Bonjour, good evening, welcome back. Today, normally we would have an interview, but it got pushed back a week. And since I am saving the two last slots for the noon collection, this is going to be a Caught in the Wild. It's a bit of a mix. Yeah, there will be label, there will be internet buys all in together, but you know what the tone of this video will be, but stick around if you're into good records. We are listening to Sacrifice by Black Widow. That's a lot of clear. One of those early, not metal, but in the direction of metal records. I'm blanking on the year right now. Yeah, should be early 80s or maybe earlier, 97, something like that. Around the time the first Black Sabbath came out. Didn't look it up. Like I said, a noon collection, kinda. But yeah, there is some good stuff in here. Mixed all over, but there's a lot of black metal, so let's go. First one, definitely not black metal. I talked about this record briefly in the last video, Christian Dead with Catastrophe Ballet. The Ballet of Catastrophe, I guess. Their second full length. It'll be less psycho. Their second full length after only Theater of Pain, which I showed in the last update, which I was sold on immediately once I heard it or reheard it. It is a bit more direct than this one. You can hear them searching for other influences than just the death rock or the god rock they did on Theater of Pain. But you hear influences like Lou Reed, maybe a bit of Velvet Underground. There's some David Bowie here and there, but there's a lot going on. There is still that New York punk. Is it New York? It's not New York punk. It became, but yeah, just that early punk or death rock vibe. Yeah, there you go. They went a little bit more avant-garde here and there. Maybe also in the artwork, it feels very theater-esque. There's an entire text on here, but it's in French. Weird. L'invitation au suicide, suicide différé, number 5, distribution New Rose. There you go. Picked this up at a local record shop. It was there forever, and they decided to get the price down a bit. It's a nice copy. It's not mint, but who needs mint records? This is the A side. There you go. Face A. Et face B. It's a French release, I guess, but it also looks self-released, so it's a bit confusing. There we go. This is L'Invitation au Suicide, the catalog, so the label catalog. There's more than just them. There's Stormbox, Citizen UK, Virgin Prunes box set. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Then Christian Dead, Circle X, Dead Wish, Catastrophe Ballet with booklets coming soon. So that is in there, and then there is the 70s, 80s art house booklets with the artwork that was kind of prevalent for those days. Some S&M looking pictures, just live pictures, I guess. Ross Williams, the sad case, I guess, in the end, committed suicide. There are a lot of French lyrics in here, of course, some more artwork, but you get the picture. One more lady. There you go. Cool to have. Like I said, not as immediate as the only Theater of Pain. That B-side is untouchable. Still after 2 weeks. So yeah, really dig that. I'm getting slowly more into this one, but like I said, it has a lot more influences, and it's definitely not as direct or as cutting as the only Theater of Pain. That's the first one. Good start. Then, this is a record that got sent to me. I bought this, but I have a little stake in it. This is Kindred with The Final Cut. Here we go. Kindred is a Belgian Limburg, not black metal band, but hardcore band that was active between the years, not long, it will be on here, the mid-90s, and is the kind of the answer to the 8000 scene that was going on in Kortrijk and Ghent and the other side of the country. The Final Cut is the discography that came out on 30-something records. Yes, there we go. This is a picture that was used in the, I think in the CD booklet, but I'm not sure. Look how young they are. They're all late 40s, I guess, or mid 40s to late 40s. maybe a bit younger here and there, but yeah. Jan Beckers does the story from 2017. Now their period was from 95 to 97, like I said. They played a hell of a lot of shows, definitely around here, but also nationwide. I don't know if they went on European tour. I think that's when they broke up, something like that. Yeah, there you go. I met Jan maybe a year ago at Funhouse Fest, and he said he was stuck with the entire thing. So I told him the test press story, and that is in here, weirdly. But yeah, it's cool to see a record that has meant a lot for me through my entire life, actually, once I got to know it at age 12, 13. There you go. Lyrics are all on here, and this is file 01, and then the split with culture, right? Disembodied retribution, existence blank, yeah, so that is that. Is there anything on here? Artwork by Simon Tripconi. Prefaces are from Bjorn Dosche, Rise and Fall, Fame, Now, Wrong Man. Then a story test pressing, yours truly. Live pictures, yeah, very cool to see. The Kindred culture split from 97, and then file 01 from December 96. There were a few pressings. I have the green blob. There we go. I like the artwork for the CD better, but that's just because it's a classic look that I came to love. But they did a great job with this one. Feels a little softer, but than the other one. That feels like a proper good live hardcore record. But yeah, great. And thanks for the honor. Then into a order from Senior Rex. There's still music left. To the guys from Kindred, cheers. Some of them are still straight edge, of course. The Cursed Rites from 94 and 96 of Winter Gods. Here you go. I did an order at Senior Rex a long time ago. They sent in the, I think it was the Final Agony bundle that was then combined with this Diabolical Full Moon sweater, and then it just kept on dragging. They sent out the first thing and the sweater left behind, but I opted to grab some of their records because it's been a long time since I bought something from the label, not just the distro. But yeah, it's because it's an impeccable distro, but also an impeccable label. Like I said, this is Winter Gods, a Greek. I'm struggling because there's a lot of shit in here. A Greek. I was under the impression that was black metal, but it is Dungeons and Dark Ambient. It is very symphonic in a sense, but reined in symphonic. It is very soundtracky. It starts like Psycho, the Alfred Hitchcock movie, or the soundtrack of that movie. So with sharp tones, it is creepy. The vocals are creepy. There's this one deep voice that has a kind of a vocoder thing going over. Definitely a an effect. But yeah, let's see. Did I read anything down? Yes, Winter Gods. They started in 94 and went on to 98. There are a duo, Demogorgon, it will be in the notes too, I guess, from Acherontas and Legion of Doom also, and then Commando, Wolf, Lord Darkoan, I think. These Dreadful Relic and Der Sturmer. These are two demos put together, and like I said, it's in that vein. You need to look for it. It's not pure dungeon synth. It is more classical inspired or soundtrack, something like that, with symphonic elements. But yeah, site 7 Xul Curses, I think. 7 Xul say that 7 times. 7 Xul Curses and Behind the Gates. That is their first demo or rehearsal from 94. What did they call it? Yeah, a demo. The other one is an EP. It kind of, I'm reading it now, it also has that vampiric feel in some cases, but yeah, it is Greek, so there is that, when he uses his speaking voice, it has that, I guess, Strigoi voice, which is the other side. Ancient Temple Lost in Carpathian Mountains, there you go. Ritual of the Black Priests, Panselinos, and At the Age Before Heaven. That came from an EP that was basically a split with, what's the band? Funèbre Inferi. I guess. So yeah, another in that vein band. There you go. It comes with a bunch. Like I said, I was under the impression that it was going to be a black metal record because I saw detailed picture of the lyric sheets. There you go. This is the EP from '94, and then or the demo, and then the EP, which has the skull and the two candles split. Cover by Go Prayer, layout by Commando Wolf, Ceremonial Hills. Yes, there's a bunch of stuff in here, but what I noticed were the eagle on the lightning pentagram again that keeps showing up in the 90s, which is cool. You can follow a trace, and there is, I talked about doing a video about it, but there's a good list building up. But yeah, if you see these pictures, I mean, it leans in everywhere they talk about this record. It is dark ambient dungeon synth with an influence from black metal. It's, yeah, it's the horror or the scary part, I guess. But very cool. Liner notes on one sheet. There is, this is from Thx, what's coming out. The Brakel is of interest for me, a Belgian band. Oranger Wanen, I guess. There we go. And then they have, didn't drop it yet. They have this booklet, Winter Gods Grimorium from '94 to '98. Mini zine. There you go. The old logos. Some pictures that were also used on in the liner notes, of course. But yeah, it's cool to have. Taken from the Psycho Terror zine. It's with an I. Medieval Tortures zine, and then some more pictures in the end. There you go. And the artwork for all the demos and releases. So yeah, cool that this is in there. It feels a bit more, because I wasn't disappointed by the records. It's a good record, but you know, it's not what I was taught was coming to me. There you go. Very rainbowy Pink Floyd-esque sticker. And then there's this, a vinyl. So thick, I think it's my ecological footprint just went up by 5 points. Thick, oily, silver and black. So yeah, that's a very good mix with the artwork. And it's, yeah, it's actually a very nice record. Whereas the time they were wobbly. This one is not. So yeah, Winter Gods. Check it out, definitely if you're into, when I talked about the Eternal Tyrant, the more dungeon, but the darker side of Dungeon Synth, that is definitely on there or something like that. So yeah, if you're a fan of that kind of music, definitely delve in. The last thing before we go into an Iron Bonehead order is the Sovereign with Dimensions of Torment. This is Rudolf the Proud with his Sovereign band or project. It is a Brazilian one-man band with help here and there, but I think for Sovereign it's mostly a him, I guess. All songs by Sovereign, June and July 2002, except any influence of Mars is from '95, which is insane. Yeah, all instruments, voices, and lyrics by Rudolf. You will see why I mix it up in a minute. This is the re-release of the cover of the record from 2003. And what this is basically him doing a very raw, not punky, but punk in the way that Sarcophagus punk maybe, rendition of black metal. This is the original cover. There you go. That's rare. But yeah, that's maybe the picture. That's always nice. Very cool to have this in there, the original cover, which I like more. I don't like the other covers for now. It's not bad, but I think the originals are. I don't know why they don't use the originals. And with the rum keg, that's a different story. I was going to say Venom inspired maybe, but it's different. On this one, Communion, which is why I mixed it up. They play a bit more with variation in not teams but in genres. They do black metal, but there's more speed metal in there, and there's Venom in there. I'm not going to say it's not in here. It is a fun record, I guess. It is not too dark or too brooding, but it's just, I mean, the first track is Alcoholic Man. There you go. and he has a Kegel run. Very good pressing for sure. The original pressings are very hard to get. I have Wolf, but that's a picture disc, so it's not an original. Nothing too much on the center labels. There you go. Just track listing. They are all locked. If you look them up on Discogs, they're all locked in Brazil. And when they are in the neighborhood, they are really expensive. So it's cool. It's weird to see them going with Oscar, I guess, but it's also nice to see, you know, them affordable and available again. So that is Rudolf. Rudolf the Proud is also in Excommunication, another project of him, or a band, because it's a two-piece. I think he has a drummer here, which is, I'm blanking on the name, I'll tell you in a minute, but he is the other guy in Hell Confessor, another Brazilian band that I've one tape of, or showed one tape of. Yeah. This is the 7-inch, which is a scandalous picture of some gate fucking. A cross Riesel printed, still smells, Riesel printed 7-inch. And it's on a label, I'm not going to find it, but they also did the Catacomb Voices, another project by Rudolf. So Freddie Mercury here, Freddie Mercenary. Yeah, O'Colton. And then Malice, who is, yes, he's wearing a Venom shirt, for crying out loud, so yeah. Sleeveless Venom shirt. Yeah, they play a little bit more that style, a little bit more speed metal. There are 2 tracks on here. Unholy Hymn and Burn Me in Ecstasy. There you go. The label voice, I don't know, I'm blanking. There's a German Shepherd humping a sheep, as they tend to do. But yeah, if you think Rudolf is too black metal and you want to have a little bit more speed and trash and stuff like that, this is maybe worth checking out. And like I said, this is the first get from Iron Bonehead. This was in my cart for quite a while, but to just order a 7-inch, although it's worth it. It looks incredible. One more, maybe, yes. Nebiros. Did I write anything down for these dudes? I think so, but where? Yeah, I'll find in a minute. Nebiros, Guerros de Lucifer, Colombian black metal cult. There you go. I showed one of their records earlier. I have written something down, yes, of course. They started in '90 in Medellin, Colombia. They have one prior record to this and one demo, I think, a tape. This is the re-release through Nuclear War Now, so they have a nifty text. Originally released by the band's own label, which is called Legion. In '96, this obscure gem of South African black metal carries the same rotten blood of their predecessors from Medellin, with additional influences from Europe, including Samuel Hellhammer and Master's Hammer. That is true. That is very true. They play less hard and less fast than the other Brazilian bands that are maybe aching more to thrash and death metal. These guys take back half a step and they play. It's not that it's not fast, but they play more Brazilian black doom, something like that, or doom black metal, whatever you want to call it. They looked apart, that's for sure. My greasy fingers, or I hope my greasy fingers. Like I said, this is the second, or the first full length, the second record from them that I have in collection. They were a 3-piece. Sacrilegious started it together with Black Satan and Ferretrum. On the Black Satan was the drummer and Ferretrum was the bass and guitar player. In '92, Mr. Sacrilegious got murdered, as they tend to do over there. But then Ferretrum kind of went on with the band, replaced Black Satan with Dominus Saetum, and they started Nebiros for real. So the only vocal performance by the original, by Mr. Sacrilegious, is on the demo, but they use his lyrics throughout, I guess, in the records. The back is maybe even more classic looking, that blue I love how it looks. Guerra Nuclear Ahora Productions. Ave Lucifer por siempre. This is the Legion logo. There we go. Anything else? Yes, they have a slower pace than their peers, so they have that old Doom feeling like Samuel Rottenchrist's European stuff, and together with the speed from Hellhammer and whatever that was. Cheers. To the Alcoholic Men. They also have the Dead Crush era guitar sounds. They just not copy it, but they play in that timbre, I guess, that buzzsaw timbre. So yeah, a lot of tracks on here on their first full length. And this is Legion number 1 from '96. It is recorded in '95. There we go. There's this. There was a green version, or a clear green version, and then this is the black version. Lado Maligno. There you go. One eye is missing from the goat, and then this is Lado Oscuro. There you go. Cool to see these re-released also, because they have had some releases here and there. There you go. Once more, the logo. This was released on numerous formats, but it is becoming a rare record. The original ones. There was a demo with Sacrilegious, actually a rehearsal tape in '91. Then the murder happened in, I guess, '92. What did I say? Yeah, '92. Then they had the Sacrilegious demo, which has the goat head. It's up there. The goat head, maybe more this kind of with a black and white cover. It is the tape then put to 7-inch and then put to 12-inch, I guess. That was a Sacrilegious demo, and then Guerras de Lucifer from '95. So that's this one, the first full length. Cool. If you are into Brazilian, you know, it's still available. I'm going to cut the order into, because I need to switch the records. Okay, into part 2. So, Iron Bonnets is a distro and a label extraordinaire, as everyone knows, but I fell off a bit buying from them because New Era was popping up at the time, and a few other distros that kind of took over what I was looking for, because at the time he was pushing out a lot of death metal, which is good, coming up, great genre. But he didn't have the new cutting edge stuff I was looking for, so like I said, it kind of fell off. That being said, I just glanced at a total bin of Moonblood, and what better way to reconnect than get some more Moonblood. This is As the Winter Falls Over the Land. As Winter Falls Over the Land, I should say. This is the 2024 re-release, if I'm correct, of the already released 2015, I think, remaster from this album. This came out in, let's start at the beginning. Moonblood, I talked about them a bunch, I guess, but they started in '94. They are from Schneeberg in Sachsen, Germany. They are a duo consistent of, is it in here? No, they are in here. Here we go. These are the two. One is, I always forget their names. One is Tino Motes, I guess. Yes, Occulta Morse. And then Mirko Schmat, Gamal Zagot. Yeah, those names. Gamal Zagot. The back. This is, like I said, released in '95 on tape. And it is done by, it was kind of self-released because it's the third demo after, I mean, I've written so much down, after the self-titled from '94 and Nosferatu also from '94, interlaced with 2 rehearsals from that time. But yeah, this is their third official demo, I should say, and they say official because they don't count the rehearsals. Very nice. I love how this looks. This is the insert for the tape. The tape came out on Gospel of Witches promotions in, what did I say, '95, yes. It has become kind of a fan favorite in the sense that it is a really good record. The re-releases and the re-re-re-releases are kind of confusing in the sense that they have all kind of different track listings, because the CD version has extra tracks that are not on the 2015 remaster, and now this is the, I think, the original demo on vinyl, so the tape version, and then the second record is the additional vinyl features a remix version of the demo, as well as newly remixed versions of 2 studio tracks recorded on September 22nd, 1996, but then remastered in December 2014, 2023. So it's really kind of confusing. The extra tracks are Full Moon, Witchery, and Under the Abyssic Black Wings of the Third Angel. That is the D side on here. What else did I write down? The sound is incredible. If you have the CD version, there are, between the intro and when the tracks start, Nightly Mass, there are 4 tracks that are digitally, you can find them. I'll link both versions. But they have Moonstruck on there, I Am All, Hordes of Hate, and My Evil Soul. Moonstruck is from the Nema split. I Am All, My Evil Soul are from Blood and Krieg, but the tape version, and then Hordes of Hate is the split with Asaku, another German band, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the EP or the demo on itself is incredible. Those tracks are really incredible. I think maybe not better. Maybe they're better, whatever. I flip-flop, but definitely Moonstruck. This one became one of my favorites, researching or listening to this records in the entire Moonblood catalog. That humming guitar under that 5-minute ride assault, he just keeps hitting. I don't know if it's digital or I don't know. Then vocals, synth, everything comes together perfect. And I think if you ask me now what is my embodiment of black metal, I think they come very close. Not all the time, but in a lot of parts, and I think not just for me. Like I said, it is kind of confusing what is on this record. I haven't had the time to dive in. I checked it mostly digital. It is a 2-piece black record affair. Love the center labels, of course, iron bonnets. But yeah, I think it should be the original or the 2015 master, and then another remaster. But they sound, I would say, totally different on the digital files. So who knows? Then we're finally there. This is Poison with Into the Abyss. Poison is a German thrash metal band that should be in the Teutonic 4. It should be maybe Teutonic 5. This is a record from 87. I should know this by heart. 87. It is then released on Median Creations in Belgium because it was released earlier by themselves, I think in 86 maybe, could be mistaken, on a tape. Then Median picked it up. There is I think the label boss talked, I don't know where I read it, but there's a promotion tape on Red that has a different picture on there, and it was sent out to maybe 40 or 50 people for promo, or people that just bought the tape from him. Bilos, I think, Bilos, something like that, who had Median Creations, but they also did the remastered or the Belgian mastered vinyl version for that. For this one, this is on 7 Metal Inches Records and Totenzucht, something like that, Totenzucht. They took it upon themselves to, I think it's an official re-release, I could be mistaken, but it seems decent with liner notes and all, so I'm not sure. They took the picture of the tape, and then the back is the original or the recreation of the original with the dead band picture and the red going through it. I just saw it pop up where? I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but it is already sold out from the label, as you can imagine. There we go. Nice. Median Creations also did the official first tape release of this one. It is a gem of a record. It has only 4 tracks, but it has lengthy tracks. Sphinx, Yo Sotot, Slaves of the Crucifix, Alive Undead, but they are all 8, 22, 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 36, and 7 minutes and so on and so on. So yeah, very cool. The Teutonic Invasion. Yeah, it's one of my favorite records, or EPs, call it what you will. I mean, it's over half an hour, so there you go. This is the original cover, or what they use for the original cover. I don't know which I like best. I hate the placing of the cross. I don't know. It has always been weird to me, but that's just my arty brain, I guess, or my farty brain. Good to have, yeah, a placeholder for the original. It sounds very good, so no complaints there. But yeah, I wish I had this one, if you know what I mean. That is that. Moonblood can go. Jesus, new sweater, itchy sweater. Let's regroup. After that, Moonblood Poison Love Fest. This is Infest. There you go. The next two are from a store called Space Fuss. I talked about it when I christened that. Only tier of bands from there, and I think the Chromax stuff I showed. And he kind of puts out records now and then. I was going for the other one I'm going to show, that Hallows Eve, but this was there for a reasonable price. This is the self-titled 7-inch from what year? Infest demo is from 87. The EP, this one is from 88. So once again, like with Moonblood, the track listing, and I mean, this has to be one of the most bootlegged bands in the entire history of maybe music, but definitely hardcore. This is a band from California. Where were they from? California, Valencia, California. They were kind of part of the Slap-a-Ham scene, which was basically hardcore and power violence. The Matt Domino, the guitarist for this band, coined the term power violence, is what has or is going around. This is their, it's part of the demo from 87, but it's also tracks that are used for the Slave, their first full-length, which is from 88, which has a very ugly cover, maybe one of the worst covers ever. But I love everything about this one. A 7-inch with 10 tracks on here, and Pliers is a long track. Easy come, easy go. This is, of course, a bootleg. The originals, I don't see too many Infest in the wild. I actually never saw one. Maybe one No Man's Slave, maybe, but I didn't pick it up at the time. Like I said, this is a bootleg, just a white sleeve that has 33 RPM written on it and some other stuff. But it is in true bootleg fashion. The matrix numbers are scratched out. Infest XX and Infest X. There you go. A lot of tracks on here. Machismo, Where's the Unity, The Game, Mindless, Switch Sides, Head First, Break the Chain, Slave, Tyrant Saken, and Pliers, which is the long track I was talking about. Long, no. Poison has 9-minute tracks. This has maybe 1-minute tracks, but worth it to delve into. Like I said, self-titled from 88. They went on to 91 and then became Manpick. I don't know too much about that band. And then from 2013 they started playing live again. 4-piece, Joe Denunzio on vocals, Matt Domino, which was a power violence guy, Dave Ring on bass, and Chris Cliffs, yes, on drums. Now what does it for me is the Dave Ring dancing bass sound. He is no Tony Levin, but who is, let's face it. But still, especially on this one, it becomes, yeah, not the driving force, but it makes it a little bit more consumable, I guess, because it's power violence. But it is, on this one, it's still early power violence, if I can say it like that. It is still a bit reined in. On the Mankind 7-inch from 91, you can hear his vocals burly up. It comes even faster. So there's the Mankind from 91, No Man's Slave from 95, where the music was recorded, but the vocals were put on in 2002 on Deep Six. And then the last thing they kind of officially did was Days Turn Black, a 7-inch from 2013. So yeah, Infest, great hardcore band. I know Jens, my buddy, is addicted to them. But yeah, let's hope for that bootleg, buddy. Then the next one, and the one that I was going for, the first time I went back was actually for this record, but it was priced way too high. This is Hallows Eve with Tales of Terror. Now every time I went by, I picked it up, looked at it, got it out. Was under the impression eventually that was the Roadrunner edition, but it is the Metal Blade Combat version, so the American one. Hallows Eve is it's a thrash, heavy metal, power metal, bit of hardcore, you'll see, band from Atlanta that started in, let's see, 83. They went to 93, and then from 2004 to 2013 they reappeared for some live tracks, I think. I only know this. The other covers, this one is amazing. I mean, look at it. And there you go. But the others are atrocious. I think the digital era caught up with them. They were maybe the first to use AI, but it's incredible how bad they are. This, on the other hand, is a beast of a record that I should have grabbed in the first try, but like I said, he wanted 70. It had a big ass cut, but I don't care. So I wore him down for once and got it for a good price. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk to people. Metal Blade Records, Combat and Import. I don't know what that is. That is the distribution thing, but this is from 85. Like I said, a thrash metal, heavy metal power band. It starts with Plunging to Megadeth, which is the first track on here. Let's say it's an 8-minute track or something like it, maybe 7 minutes. The first half is pure trash. You think I bought another Slayer, whatever record, but then it, pumps the brakes halfway through, and it just becomes a heavy metal, not sing along, but just a trashy heavy metal affair that just keeps on rolling. There are elements of trash creeping back in, but it's weird in my opinion how that changed. Horror Show is maybe their most sing-along track, or whatever you want, their party track, which is a well-known one. And then The Mansion actually reminded me of Ostrogoth, in the sense that they have Queen of Desire. It's not one-on-one, but it sounds like it. That was from, let's see, did I write that down? The Ostrogoth is from, I think, a bit later, so I don't know who copied who, but it's noticeable. I think Ostrogoth was first, but yeah, that's neither here or there. There Are No Rules kind of has that, that hardcore punk-ish sing-along going through it. It has a title that could be a hardcore song, so there's a lot on here. Metal Merchants, the second to last track, spawned an entire scene in LA, so it's a very important record for a lot of people, the Metal Merchants markets. This is the version with the white inner sleeve. There you go. Like I said, the beige Metal Blades and Combat with the bloody axe. I was under the impression, I think he was too, that this was the original press, like the one that's #1 on Discogs, I guess. This is also an original. But that had a printed inner sleeve, and all the listings on Discogs say, oh, it's without the printed inner sleeve, but I just think that was the limited one, or the tougher one to get in the beginning. But yeah, very good records. Anything more I have written down? From Atlanta, yeah. Mansion sounds like also good. That's what I said, yeah. That's it. They are on a surprising number of soundtracks, if you can believe, or if you will believe internet. The Metal Massacre Vol.6 compilation was also one of their breakthrough. I think the Metal Merchants was on that one. So yeah, very, very good record. Maybe, I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it should be between Slayer and Venom, something there. Yeah, but it has more than just those influences. Yeah, good record. Hallows Eve. Back, number 3. This is Hallows Eve. Check it out. You'll see how it switches. We are drinking Gueuse Black Label 6 Bull that I got from my buddy Chris 2 years ago for my birthday. I was saving it for an occasion. I was going to drink it with my guest today. But we, like I said, rescheduled, so had to crack it. It's not the best, but it's really good. It's soft juice, but then it's 7%, so, and it's a big bottle. So we are bien cuit for the last part, which records I got yesterday, so still fresh. Records I got yesterday, so they are still fresh, but they should be in. It's a bit louder than Black Widow. It'll die down. Records that should be known by not everybody, but maybe people watching this or will be known for now. I'm rambling because I think Monday I was talking to Joris from George and the Bear, the other store that I frequent, and he had Out of Step, I guess, from Minor Threats up, and I asked what version it was. He said it's just a repress, which I had, so I said pass. He said a friend of mine has come into possession of a metal collection that is worth checking out. It's all, all original presses from all over the world, mostly German, but are also gems here and there. That was already the fourth part of a big collection that he got from a guy who passed away, unfortunately. Judging by his music taste, he was a great guy, although, as we know in black metal, that is not really a factor. But he had some good records, so I asked Joris, do you know the name? He sent me the link to the guy, and I turned out I knew him a bit. He bought a karate record from me, I think last year, at a swap meet I did at my house, and I gave him a fair price in the end. He haggled me down, so I tried to haggle him down, but he kind of returned the favor, and he kind of didn't return the favor. They were still expensive, knowing what he paid for them, but they are so mint that it's incredible. So he knew what he had. A lot of people were gunning for them, so I just pulled the trigger. That being said, if you ever see this dude, don't feel ashamed. You gave me a more than fair price. This is Bulldozer and a fair chance to grab them. A final separation, or the final separation, the second, I think the first one is considered a full length, so this is a second full length. The final separation, Die Hard, Die Fast, The Cave, Sex Symbols, Bullshit, Don Andreas, Never Relax, yes, Don't Trust the Saint, and The Dead of Gods. All songs by Contini and Panigada, of course. Year-wise, I don't know, there you go, 86. This is the Roadrunner version of this one, so the Dutch pressing. They all had these incredible price tags. They were all bought at the same store. There's no doubt. This was 339 Belgian francs, I guess. So yeah, great buy from that guy. It's cool to have, a piece of that collection in this collection. It was incredible. There was the things that I remember was the Altar of Plagues original. There was Cannibal Corpse original. Altar of Plagues stuck in my mind because I don't have the inner sleeve that goes with it. So yeah, that was their Sortilege, or Sortilege, I guess, the French proto band, or heavy metal bands. The second one was there, the Blue Face. Like I said, Cannibal Corpse. Every Anthrax, or a lot of Anthrax, AC/DC. There was some weird stuff in there too, but yeah, I think I picked correct. So Bulldozer, that's the second one for me. I have the first one I got from the guy that sold me the Ostrogoth records. But yeah, this is a fucking classic. Then, speaking of classics, they will all be classics here. This is Bloodfire Dead from '88, Bathory. I talked about the punkish first wave trilogy. I talked about the Viking trilogy, and I was always under the impression that this is considered under the Viking trilogy, but I listened to Twilight of the Gods and Hammerheart more and more, and this kind of went to the wayside. So I was under the impression, or I was going to ask him, because I got asked the question for a zine that's coming out soon, I guess. It was about the channel, and one of the questions was, if you can do an interview, who would you pick, no matter dead, alive, whatever. So I thought about it a bit, and I guess it would have been Quorton, just because of the sheer amazing music he made, the sheer volume of amazing music he made. And one of the questions I was going to ask him is, what's the Sound of Black Mark to Bloodfire Dead, so the trashy, no, not the trashy, but the punk trashy first wave up to the Viking era. But if you re-listen to Bloodfire Dead, especially the first few tracks, Fine Day Today, Odin Rides Over the Northland, it is, the intent is Viking, the the wild ride, or the whatever you want to call it, the Valkyrie ride of the gods. It is very Viking inspired. Odin Rides Over the Northland, Golden Walls of Heaven, but it also has Holocaust in here, Peace Till Death, so it's about war. It is this is the link actually just between Sound of Black Mark and Hammerheart. I think Hammerheart is full on Viking. It has the chants that you hear. I'm not sure if they're on here, because like I said, I listened to it once more since I got the record. But yeah, from the cover, just to put this in red, so clean, so tight, it's one of my favorite covers ever. The back is just a Bathory back. I mean, the gold OV. The gatefold is just the gatefold. It is Kortom with his Korenuiten. It is a very hard font, but it's Warnta or Warnt, I think, on drums and cymbal, Kortom, lead and backing vocals, electric and acoustic guitar, percussion, and effects. And then I think Koltar, although I want to call him Kontar because his ass is incredible. Electric bass guitar, all holding swords, of course. This is not the original UK Under One Flag, although if I'm looking at it now, it maybe is, because he sold it to me, or I was under the impression that it was the French version, but I don't see the French counterparts to the Under One Flag logo. And it's also, if I'm not mistaken, the original golden flag. Does it say France? Yeah, made in France, so I could be mistaken, but I don't know. It seemed like there were, when I looked it up on the Discogs, it seemed like there were different center labels, or at least an extra marker, so we'll see. I need to investigate some more. But to finally have this one, it is the second trilogy completed. I don't have originals, of course, although Hammerheart and the other one are original. But you know what I mean, the original yellow gold, stuff like that. Anything more? UK Under One Flag, yeah. There was an LP version, a white label, and then a picture disc. And I think the French one had the New Music from France logo somewhere too. Yeah, doesn't matter. 48 minutes, Jesus Christ. We are almost through, but I can't go without showing this one. It seems like I'm manifesting records, because I put this on my waiting list on Instagram for maybe 2 months now, and then I was talking to the guy for buying the records, and he said, like, I can send you a video, and he was flipping through it, and this showed up. It is Boltror with Realm of Chaos Slaves to Darkness. I was actually hoping to find this one in London when I went to Rise Above Records. I talked about them, or the shop a bit in Mineur, or in I kind of slacked them off a bit in the sense that I couldn't find anything there. I was just a whiny bitch. It's a very good shop, but I just didn't find anything. There was tons of good stuff there, but that is neither here nor there. I didn't find it in England, and then all of a sudden it showed up in that bin, and I just jumped on it. It is the UK, let's see, 86. It is, no, they started in 86, I'm sorry. This is from, Jesus Christ, why can't I see it? It's early, I know that, 98. No. That is weird. My notes are leaving me. Yes, 89. sorry, Jesus Christ. I was looking at where it came out. Boltro is from Coventry. They started in '86. They were a bunch of, I guess, Warhammer nerds that started a death metal band, and a very good death metal band. A lot of bands that are from the UK and that are on E-Rake, and what else is there? Maybe Peaceful sound or feel a bit English. Now maybe they will take it as a not compliment that I don't call them English, but they have a more international sound. A lot of Dutch musicians played in here, people from Memorial and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a beast. I was confused because I've written down a lot of stuff about their releases. '86 they have a rehearsal demo. Concession of Pain is from '87. In Battle there is from '88. Forgotten Existence from '88. Prophets of Hell is from '88. And then the CD bonus track for the debut. So this is the debut. That track, Prophets of Hell, is re-recorded as Prophets of Hatred for that track. In '88 they also did a Peel session which catapulted them together with Carcass and sorts-like bands out of obscurity into obscurity. This is, like I said, the '89 E-Rake pressing, the gatefold. It has the hype sticker on there. It's not mint because it's an older record, but it is in perfect condition. The artwork is by Warhammer, of course, or by not Warhammer, but the Games Workshop. Yeah, this is the one of the Chaos Space Armies that is holding courts in battle. What an incredible, ugly cover, but it's so classic. Actually, folds up like this, so you have the entire battle scene. There we go. Insert is black and white, or the inside of the gatefolds. This is the Oswald. There we go. Love it. This is a very nice record. Is there something more in here? Thought I got everything else. No, I got everything. Yeah, like I said, I was getting addicted to this record, listening to it digitally, and then I put it in the waiting list, and it popped up. Side 1 with the eye and arrow label. There you go. It begins very hard. It has an intro, but then Eternal War starts off with a bang. It is just for '89. It is very aggressive, but still very thick and well-produced death metal. Dark Millennium and All That Remains are my two favorite tracks on here, and it's growing. Manufactured in England. What is good about this one is it also has the 8-page booklet that goes, enter the realm of chaos, your nightmare has just begun. Here we go. More Warhammer themed. Where is the time we played Warhammer? I was always chaos. I think I have one sculpture left or one statue. There you go. There's some reading material in there. And then there's this. Gasp at your final breath. There you go. Gish, thanks. You have some pocket money. I have some very sick records, so no hard feelings, I swear to God. He was kind of, I'm not saying sad when I left, but he felt like he ripped me off. He didn't. Oh, not by a long shot. The record's done. I'm done. We're almost at the hour mark. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll be back. Support labels, go record hunting, and I'll see about the interview and the other stuff a bit later. But for now, have a good weekend. See you around. Bye. Peace.